What's up YouTube? Team Jackassery. I'm back here with a brand new Dragon Ball Super deck profile. This time we're looking at my new revamped Android 13, 14, 15 deck because of Battle Evolution boosters that just came out the other day. Me and my friends got 3 boxes. We got some pretty good pulls. Unfortunately, I did not get the 4-drop for Android 13, the new green-yellow one. It's a little pricey. Wasn't able to get my hands on it through all 3 boxes, but all 3 boxes we didn't get any Ribrians, we didn't get any Obunis, but we did get to manage to get some good pulls, and thanks to most of those pulls, I was able to go start up my new Android 13 deck. So before we look at the deck, we are going to look at the leader, which is Android 13, 14, 15. Their auto is choose 1 green or yellow Android card in your hand, discard it. When this card attacks, draw 2 cards, so the draw support is really good. His awaken is when your life is 5 or less. If you have an Android 14 and 15 in your drop area, draw 1 card, choose 1 energy, and flip it over, which is pretty good. I mean, the draw and tap 1 energy is actually really nice since you're running green and yellow. But say if you need a green, you have it all tapped, you just untap a green. If you have a yellow you need to use, just untap the yellow. And we turn him over, and he's Android 13, the Unstoppable. As always, when the card attacks, draw 1 card. That's usually anything for a regular leader. Draw a card when they attack. Auto, once per turn, when your opponent's battle card is in rest mode and is placed in its owner's drop area by one of your skills, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. So it still sticks to what the old Android 13 does. Whenever your opponent's battle card is KO'd or something, they just ditch a card. And active battle once per turn. Send 1 Android 14 and 15 from your drop area to your warp. This leader gets 1 of your leader Android cards, or Android cards gets +5. So giving +5 to anything is really nice, especially to the leader, especially when it's active battle, so you can do it during your opponent's turn. So you can give them that little extra boost so that we don't have to use combo cards in your hand. Next, we get to the deck. We run 4 copies of Android 15. The mission begins. He is a 1-drop, 5,000 combo, 4,000 power. If your leader card is a yellow Android 13 card, when this card is played, choose 1. You get the draw card, or choose one of your opponent's your opponent chooses 1 of their battle cards, switches it to rest mode. If it's a battle card with an entry cost of 2 or less, KO it, and then your ability of your leader will awaken, make them ditch a card. So you usually want to use that. Or if your opponent has no battle cards out, you can just play it for draw a card. Next, we got 4 copies of Android 14. Mission begins. He is a 1-drop, 5,000 combo, 5,000 power. And his ability is when this card is played, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 green or yellow Android with an edge cost of 4 or less from among them to your hand. So unfortunately you can't add the big 7 drops to your hand, but you can look for your 14s, your 15s, or your smaller 13s and add them to your hand, or any Androids. Then I run 2 copies of Android 14 Stork Fist. He is a 4-drop, 5,000 combo, 15,000 power. If your leader card is Android 13 card, choose this card and 1 Android 15 card in your hand. Place them in your drop area. Choose up to 2 cards in your life. Add them up to your hand. Draw 1 card. Then your opponent chooses 1 of their cards in their hand and place in the drop area. So you can use this guy. Little self-awaken there by taking up to 1 or 2 life. Then your opponent has to ditch a card in their hand. Always good to have, especially since you don't have to play him to use his ability. And then next we have 4 copies of Android Troop 14 and 15. They are 2-drop, 5,000 combo, 50,000 power, and they count as both 15 and 14. And active main, place this card from your hand. Place this card in your drop area from your hand. If your leader card is Android 13, draw a card. So you just pitch them, draw a card. If you get all 4 in your hand, you're really thinning out your deck by just ditching them and drawing 4 new cards. And it's also good that they both count as Android 13 or Android 14 and 15, but they can't be counted both at the same time. You have to select others. Next, we have 4 copies of Android 14 and Android 15. Target acquired. When me and my friend Jordan opened our boxes, we only managed to pull 3. Then my friend John managed to pull me another one, which this card is really needed at 4. So it's a 2-drop, 5,000 combo, plus 1 to use this combo, 15,000 power. Energy exhaust and deflect, so it can't be countered. If your leader card is yellow or an Android, reduce the combo cost on the card by hand by 1, so it really doesn't matter because you're always going to run this in an Android deck. If your opponent has 2 more energy, when this card is played, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, play up to 1 Android 13 with an edge cost of 4 or less among them. Negate skills for the turn shelf of your deck. Now, when you play the Android 13 Unfortunately, his effect will be negated, so you can't use his Uni-Absorb right away. You have to wait a turn and make sure he's well protected. So that way you can bring out your 7 drops. Next, we have 4 copies of Android 13, the Brilliant. He's a 3-cost, 5,000 combo, 15,000 power. Uni-Absorb. Choose 1 Android 14 and 15 in your drop area. Place them under this card. If your leader card is Android card, choose up to 1 Android 13 in your hand with an energy cost of 7 and play it on top of this. Permanent, you cannot play from this. You can't play this card from any areas if there's an Android 13 in your battle area. So you can't play him if you already have a 13 in play. And he does not let you play your 7 drops from the deck. They have to be in your hand. Luckily, there's so much card draw, so you can easily get it into your hand. Or you could just play the other ones with Successor, because some of them have that ability. Next, we run 4 copies of Donna, Terra, Android 13. This is from the original set 3. He is a 4-drop, 5,000 combo, 20,000 power. Union Absorb 1 green. Choose 1 of each Android 14 and 15 from your drop area. Place them under this card. Choose 1 Android 13 from your deck and with an energy cost of 7 from your deck, and play it on top of this card. Shuffle your deck. When you play this card, your opponent chooses 1 of the battle cards and KOs it. So not only will he KO something when he comes in, but unfortunately, if you play him with these guys, his skills will be unfortunately negated for the turn. So then you'll have to wait to use his other abilities. But this one plays from the deck, not from the hand, which is why he runs at 3, because you're going to draw so much, so you'll eventually get your 7 drops in your hand anyways. Next, we run 4 copies of Android 13 Red Ribbon Raider. He is a 4-drop, 10,000 combo. Use 2 to combo with 20,000 power. Unity Absorb of green and a yellow. Choose 1 Android 14 and 15 in your drop area. Place them under this card. If your leader card is an Android card, choose up to 1 Android 13 from your hand with an energy cost of 7 and play it on top of this card. If your leader card is an Android card, at the end of the battle where you combo with this card, play it in rest mode. So if you have the 2 energy to pay, you can play him after you combo with. And then if you have some energy open, or you can awaken, untap 1 of the energy you need, and just use his Uni-Absorb, play 1 of your big 7 drops from your hand. Again, he plays from the hand, he doesn't play from the deck, so but either way it works, because there's plenty of 7 drops to work with. Such as 3 copies of Super Android 13 Cores of the Trio. He is a 7-drop, 5,000 combo, plus 1 to use this combo. Energy Exhaust, Deflect, Triple Attack, so he can attack 3 times. Successor of green and yellow, so you just sacrifice battle cards that equal up to 7. If your leader card is an Android card, reduce the combo cost of this in your hand by 1. If your leader card is an Android 13 card, when this card attacks, your opponent chooses 1 of their battle cards and KOs it. So since he's attacking 3 times, and the auto doesn't say once per turn, your opponent has to knock out 3 of their battle cards, which is pretty good. And if they're in rest mode already, the leader card's Awaken is really going to hurt, except it's only once per turn. So there's the 1 7-drop. And then we run 3 copies of Android 13 Adamant Avenger. He has this 7-drop, 10,000 combo, plus 1 to use a combo. Double Strike, Energy Exhaust, Successor of green and yellow. So sacrifice a total of green and yellow battle cards that equal up to 7. And then we get his active main once per turn. If your leader card is an Android 13, choose 3 Android cards in your drop area. Place them at the bottom of your deck in any order. Choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it. Then your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand and puts it into the drop area. So unfortunately, that's active main once per turn, but you can just keep using that to recycle your 13s, 14s, and 15s back into your deck. So that way you're going to get all your pieces back at the bottom of your deck, and there's a lot of search. So you're going to be shuffling your deck a lot and getting all your stuff back. Next, for super combos, we run 4 copies of South-Hearted Android 16. He's just our generic Android super combo. But when he is comboed, you don't get the draw. If your life is 4 or less and your leader card is a green Android, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and place in the drop area, gain 10,000 combo. So if you get all 4 of these in your hand, you're wiping out most of your opponent's hand really fast. Next, we run 2 copies of Flash Bomber. It's a green 1-drop extra card with active battle. Choose 1 of your Android cards in your battle area. Gets plus 10 and crit for the duration of the battle. Too bad it's not for duration of the turn, because then you can just use your triple attacker. He gains crit and triple attack. That would be really nice to have. Next, for negates, we run 2 copies of Wrathful Charge. It is a 1-drop extra card. Negate the attack. If your leader card is green, negate the attack, then choose one of your battle cards, place in the drop area. If you do, your opponent chooses one card in their hand, place in the drop area. So if you have, like, say, maybe one of your 1-drops 15s or 1-drops 14s on your field, they're no use to you. You can either just combo away or just use Wrathful Charge, get rid of them, make your opponent ditch a card in their hand. Next, we have 4 copies of Speedy Surprise Attack. It is our 1-drop other green negate. Negate the attack, and if your leader card is an android, you may place 1 card in your hand into the drop area. If you do, choose one of your opponent's battle cards when it costs a 3 or less, KO that card. So again, clear your opponent's field of their battle cards, and again, you can just ditch one of your cards in your hand, which could be a 14 or 15. You can just ditch to use Uni-Absorb if you want. And last but not least, we run 3 copies of Flying Nimbus. It is a 1-drop yellow negate. Negate the attack. Then you can place 1 yellow card in your hand into the drop area. If you do, choose your opponent can only attack with 1 more battle card for the duration of the turn, which is a really good staple negate. So anyways, that is it for my Android 13, 14, 15 deck. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Remember to comment, rate, please subscribe. Like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links will be in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. There'll be more content like this and much more on my channel. So thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.